on the way over here, I was asking Nupur, like, hey, listen, I need some help. Okay, I suck at this thing. Like, this thing.
Yeah.
I can talk to you about mental health for hours on it, but this is the devil. Not you, man, the camera. I really like bartending. Now I don't drink alcohol. But
Wait, why did you stop alcohol?
not bored. I don't
Bored.
I mean, I don't drink alcohol for alcohol. I drink cocktails for the taste of it. So I like making tasty drinks. Then I realized that you don't have to make tasty drinks only with alcohol. So I tried making tasty non-alcoholic drinks, which was a very big dearth in the market. Hence Local Ferment Co started, which is a completely non-alcoholic tasty beverage brand. I've just always associated alcohol with celebrations.
So you don't need alcohol or any sort of substance to be able to connect or loosen up a little bit socially.
No, not it. I don't.
So how do you generally make conversation which is emotionally vulnerable with other men?
I just ask point blank. I lack a lot of skills in life, but the one thing that I think God has blessed me with is like a decent understanding of people. Just last week, a very close friend in our circles, I mean, he was going to get married, then he didn't get married, then he going to get married, then now he's finally gotten married. And just few months back, I was asking him, dude, are you okay? Is everything okay? And just tell me, I know something is bothering you. And we had a mutual friend over here, and these guys know each other for 10 years. And he told me, and I know this guy only for like a year, and he was like, dude, you're asking this question. How did you ask him this question? I have never asked him if he's okay or not in 10 years. And then I asked him, he had little tears in his eyes. But I think that's what is missing right now. So
Just open conversation and initiating it as such.
yeah, I'm not beating around the bush. I think regular checkup with people is also needed, because most of the people, maybe in that time when they're accepting therapy, okay, they've made their mental model that, okay, fine, I'm going for therapy now, I'm going to express myself, I'm going to work on my healing. But distress and pain and mental fatigue has been normalized so much that most people, 90% of the day, men or women, I think they've made that their baseline. Oh, this is how I function. Because when somebody shakes you from that baseline and asks you, are you okay? That completely shifts them over.
So you know what this is. Don't do surface level conversations. We go right at. We want to actually have conversations that talk about how people are, or how men are specifically, emotionally, as to where they are, what are they dealing with. Because usually what happens, I don't really ask for help from other men, from the fear of judgment of how they get.
And being performative.
Being performative, or also being seen as a weak person in front of other people. It's never a consideration that they can be seen weak in front of women. Not about
being weak at that time. I think the fear is, okay, I've expressed it now, you've helped me now, but will I be considered a strong person in the future in your eyes? Women or guys in general, I know a lot of people who put on a very strong facade, but the minute they become vulnerable with you, from that day on, they change personalities massively.
that relationship shift happens.
Yeah.
Now tell me, why do you think being associated with Fight Club, where do you think that association matters, or why does it matter to you?
I think it's very high time that somebody has done something like this. Okay, therapy is there, talking to your friends is there, but we have not created a permissible space for people to express themselves.
Therapy is genuinely just 1 hour of a conversation that you would have with a professor. And the actual work is outside of that hour, where you implement it in your daily life, right? Like that's where the actual work happens. And if you have, this is where the gap we see as Fight Club, right? Like where women usually have now, however we've socialized that as a conversation, where women are a lot more easy to have those emotional conversations with other women, but we don't see the flip side of it with men. Men, it's not as easy, or it's not socialized. Social permission is not there. As growing up as boys, it's not encouraged as such to be like, oh yeah, you talk about your feelings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I believe it trickles down to everything else, be it personal relationships, be it their business. Because I think men personalize a lot of things and they take it upon themselves. When that gets resolved, I think a lot of things get resolved. To deal with my mental health, I'm also figuring it out. But being with yourself helps. Yep. What is your good vice? If it is a good vice, please do it in moderation. Gen Z is far better at dealing at this. They're vocal, they're very open, they don't beat around the bush. We talk about burnout, but we glorify it. We talk about all the stress and all the things that we do, and we don't do anything much about it. I think during our grandfather's age and father's age, it was so guarded and it was so stigma and all of that, and taboo to talk about all this. I think we have made it kind of okay.
Normalized it.
Kind of normalized it. but I think we need to create a more safer space for them to voice it out, to make sure that the models that we build, they are able to refine it and be better at it.
So you think we are giving enough examples as millennial men? You think there are enough examples of millennial men to say, for a Gen Z man to look at it and be like, yes, I can see the men before me be able to deal with their mental health in a constructive way, which allows me to say, yeah, cool, I can do it better.
No, I don't think it is there.
No?
I have a feeling that technically millennial people should learn from the Gen Z people. They need to be able to be in a space in the future that they don't go through the same problems. For them to be a lot more vocal, for them to be able to get these benefits that now we're working very actively towards, maybe the fight club of the next generation. I think everybody is a staunch follower of those models, and I think it'll be better for for the next generation far more. But I think we have a lot to learn from them too. I've seen a lot of Gen Z people who are much more sorted than most millennial people that I know.
We're doing generations debate or debate on men's mental health from a generational perspective. So that's Gen Zs versus millennials on April 26th, this month. And we have Akash from Local Ferment Co be our millennial debater versus Gen Zs. We will introduce the others soon, but we will see you on 26th.
Yay!